All the links you need to join my chat or take action on the course or the mentorship are here. Otherwise, click that Twitter link to private message me. Over this weekend, many people were profiting in the chat. If you want to become a student, I do offer one-to-one mentorship or have a course for anyone that doesn't have too much time. If you just want to be part of the chat, all the links that you need are found in the description and comment section below. So you can either just become a member and join the chat or actually take action and become a student. How's it going, everyone? It's Lou Crypto here. I'm back with another Hbar update for you all. Please do go ahead, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 10k. It'd be really appreciated if you can actually share these updates so we can get more subscribers. And of course, leave a comment down below for the algorithm, guys. So we can see that many weeks ago now, we drew out this range. We came back up to the range high. When I see those sorts of candles with big wicks to either side, which is just a signal of indecision, I tend to draw out a range for the support of that wick and the resistance of that wick. We can see that we actually head to the top. But as I mentioned that we're below the 200 and all of these EMAs, I am expecting a downtrend continuation, even if we actually do pump all the way up to here, breaking out to the upside, actually hitting the 200. We can see all the previous times we came up to that area, we actually got rejected and did continue with the downtrend. So we are beneath all the moving averages again still, but it looks like it is trying to form somewhat of a bottom situation over here, a bottoming pattern over here. We have been accumulating for the last couple of weeks or last week or so, and so we just need to see whether it wants to break beneath this range low, which is signaled by that wick here at 4983, or break above this high over here, which is actually 5. Oh, my mistake, guys, just use the psychological levels, 5 cent and 5.5 cent. So we're trapped between the two. We can see that it is in between the golden pocket over here, actually the 618 fib level. It is previous resistance to the left. I think on the weekly time frame we can see that a bit clearer. But yeah, with the closes actually within this resistance. See the closes here within the support down here. So we would actually say that the loss of this support would actually suggest a return back down to the low. And as this is like a midpoint over here on this small double bottom that's been retested over here, that was actually a great place to buy, to be honest. It's the last selling candlestick and we absolutely flew from here. So, you could actually come back down to this price point between 4.5 to 3.5 cent. I really would not be surprised if this area is retested again. It's literally anywhere within this area that you could get bounces from. But we can see that on the loss of the 618 over here, the 5 cent psychological level over here, we would be coming back down to the 1 fib level. I think previously I had it over there because we got the target from the top over here. But we've already lost that neckline essentially if the body candle closes. However, still holding a key area of support. So that's why I've just moved it down on the loss of 5 cent, or where, let me just see where I actually had it, I forgot now. There we go, on the loss of 5 cent exactly. So the target is the same, I've just moved the point of where the target is validated, because again on the daily time frame it's actually valid, but we're still holding such a key psychological level that I would personally wait for that to be lost to actually be super confident that this is going to play out. So it's quite similar to what we've been saying over on the quant videos. There was a pattern on quant that was validated on the loss of like 115, but 115 is still above a key psychological level, which is 100 on the dot. And as long as you hold 100 on the dot, we should actually go up and we shouldn't see the target to the downside. So it's quite similar to Hbar. We're actually still holding 5 cent, although technically speaking, the pattern is valid. Just like quant, the pattern was valid at 115, but 100 is stopping that. So the pattern was valid at 5.7 cent, but 5 cent is stopping the target from being met. Do you understand that? And we don't actually have to meet the target all the way. Again, I've just shown you on the weekly time frame that we're coming back down, potentially if we lose this, to the last selling candlestick pattern, which is over here. I've just drawn the range of that, so between the 1 fib and the 786 fib. Again, guys, when we have such a rally over here, we should actually just retrace to the golden pocket, which we are currently at. But there was a reason why we came below the 618 here, because there's a 5 cent psychological level. The psychological levels, guys, if there was an EMA there, the EMAs, but in this case there's a psychological level, so we're not just simply relying on just solely one indicator, in this case the Fibonacci's, because if we were to, then we can clearly see we have lost the 618. It should be going down from here, and yet we're still waiting for a decision from Hbar. But again, on the daily time frame, although we've been accumulating, let's see on the 4 hour, this accumulation period, yes, we can see this over here, and I'm going to use the fibs from the low, sorry, to the high. We've got a golden pocket that we're coming down to right now as we're currently dumping. Well, there you go. Look, some volatility on the 4 hour time frame right now. We pumped above last night, above all the moving averages, signaling for bullish continuation. But we can see many times in the past where we've had fake outs. I do tend to use another moving average, but it's not currently on. It would have actually been holding these as resistances, sending us back beneath all of the moving averages, looking for that bearish continuation, in fact. Pardon me, guys. So at the moment, we're looking for that bearish continuation, but still holding the golden pocket. So we need to wait for the higher lows to be lost. So we can see that this was our first ever high low. This is our bottom. We came up, set this high low over here. So although that's again below the 618, I don't care. I'm waiting for this area to be lost. So while holding this, this is acting as a support. Yeah, it's not really clear to see that. Maybe I'll make it blue or something. Yeah, so that is acting as support at the moment. Can drag it up to touch those wicks right there. And so while holding this, we should actually be breaking up to the upside, although currently beneath these moving averages. This is our low and that is our resistance over here. So simply waiting for a range break. Me personally, I will believe that on the loss of this higher low, we're going to return to 5 cent. We can't just assume that 5 cent will be lost. But luckily enough for you guys, I'm preparing you on the loss of 5 cent. So we already mentioned this potential big red box being retested. The target down here is at 3.5 cent, this previous low. That was a signal from this larger head and shoulders pattern, shoulder, head and shoulder over here. On this right shoulder, you in fact have a shoulder, head and shoulder. So it's quite funny. Within the larger one, you have a smaller one on the right shoulder. And we have, of course, lost that one's neckline. That's why I was pretty confident with this break to the downside over here. Let me know if you took that position. I personally did with 10x leverage over on Bybit. But yeah, the fees were nasty. I've been using Mexi more recently. I prefer the fees. I'll put a link to like a referral link in the description down below. Or I'll put a referral link in my link tree if you want to join Mexi. The fees are a lot less than Bybit and Binance and all that lot. But yeah, heading back over to Hbar, look at that on the 4 hour time frame. We saw just a big dump towards the 0.5 and now we're reversing. So look, a lot of volatility is entering the market at the moment. If we scale down to the 1 hour time frame, this is an awful chart. Let's actually head over to like a perpetual contract one. So there we go. Yeah, a lot better on Bybit over here. So let's head over to the 4 hour. No gaps and all that nonsense like some of the charts like Binance had. But yes. Okay, nice. So it's actually holding up a bit better on the 618 over here. We see the candles actually closing above. So I've just now taken it from the 618 to those wicks. I'm waiting for a loss of this. Otherwise, I'm expecting any dumps into this area to be bought up, head us back up to the range high. So yeah, as we said, we did actually pump last night through all the moving averages. I do have another EMA that would be over here. So essentially we got through the 55, we got knocked back under, and we're now beneath all moving averages. Look at this, the 200 EMA signals what the trend is anyway, guys. So downtrend continuation, we should be looking for any pumps to actually sell. So this ended up being a fake out, came back underneath. Because we're below the 200, we should be selling it back to the golden pocket, because again, as this is our low and this is our high, the golden pocket is the area of support that's meant to hold us up for uptrend continuation back up to the 200 EMA, sitting at 5.5 cent. Let's just use 5.5 cent. So we can see that there is actually some resistance to the left even before that. So yeah, that is sitting at 5.5 cents. So that is where we'd personally be looking at to take profits on any buy positions again. And we would really need to see more reactions from here. We need to see the break of the range high over here. So I would draw an area just like that on this body and this body like that. And then we're waiting for a break above both to head back up to this high point over here. So this could be a trade from current price to 4 to 5%. So you would actually need leverage, guys. and then a break of there, this would only be a 2 to 2.5% move. So again, would need leverage. Understanding that if it goes, you know, a few percent to the downside and you're using high leverage, then this can of course stop you out. So please be aware and be careful when using leverage. If you need any guidance with that, I do have things in place. All the links that you need are in the description and comment section pinned to the top. So just private message me, whether that's on my Twitter or take action through the other links over on my link tree. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Simply need to wait. Check out my Bitcoin video earlier from today. We did see a pump with Bitcoin, and as we can see, it ended up being a fake pump for Hbar. Let's see what Bitcoin is going to do. So yeah, make sure you're watching that video, whatever Bitcoin decides to do. Again, last night it was setting up bearish. Look, bearish, like the candlesticks have wicks to the upside over here, holding resistance. And then yeah, look, as we start to collapse, we pump out of nowhere, and then everyone starts buying, then we dump out of nowhere. So it literally is playing around with everyone's heart. And this is simply because we have been ranging for the last few weeks, and when we're in range bound markets, there's a lot of manipulation, guys. In fact, the EMAs are not your best friend either. So yeah, look, you broke above them, that's bullish, correct? But then you went straight back underneath. I keep doing that today, keep knocking things around me. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Hbar update. But if it's just going to continue to be stale, there's not really much more to say. Wait for 5.1 cent to be lost to head back to 5 cent. That's what I'm going to personally be waiting for. And this would be a move of about 2 to 2.5%. So any moves really that you want to be trading would kind of have to have leverage. You know, you don't have to use a lot of leverage, but a 10x of course would bring a 2.5% move. But equally 2.5%, 25. This would be a 25% move, but you know, 2.5% to the upside times 10. So let's say you went up to there. If your entry was down here, you know, now you'd be down 27% of what you're risking. So if you were to use higher amounts of leverage, I wouldn't really be using the whole account. I'll be using what I'm like allowing to, what in my opinion, I'll be risking what I'm potentially like ready for it to be liquidated, essentially, guys, if I'm using higher leverage. So I would not be using the whole account. Lower leverage, you can use the whole account with low leverage, and then your percentage stop loss could be like anywhere between 1 to 5%, 10% if you're a crazy nutter. But that's pretty much it for today. Like, subscribe and comment, and cheers.